So hello. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. And I'm just out here in Brooklyn by the water, between the bridges. You got Manhattan Bridge over here, Brooklyn Bridge over here. Enjoying the view, enjoying the day. This is a nice day out here. It really is a nice day. Uh, like it's not too hot, not too hot. There's a nice breeze. Sun is beaming. That's always, yeah. This is nice. This is nice. I'm enjoying this day. Um, yeah, I'm out here because there's new reporting that came out. Well, not just new reporting, but they're reporting on what Liz Cambage has recently said. Liz Cambage has come out. She put out a post on Instagram, and she's talking about that she's stepping away from the WNBA for now. That's what she said. For now. The question is for now code for good? Because people are talking about it, and people are like, okay. Like I saw people on Twitter like she's quitting on the WNBA when the WNBA already quit on her. And that may be true, but even if it is true, even if the WNBA is just done with her, even if there's no team that's willing to sign Liz Cambage, that doesn't mean that Liz Cambage is coming out the loser. Because I saw something today talking about how Liz, on her OnlyFans alone, annually, she's making 1.5 million. If that's true, if she's making 1.5 million on her OnlyFans, she doesn't need the WNBA. But beyond whether or not she's making 1.5 million on her OnlyFans, here's why I say she doesn't need the WNBA. If she goes overseas, she's making easy, like they were saying, even in her early years, she was making $400,000 like off rip overseas. So the question is, okay, if she's making $400,000 overseas, she's not that hard pressed to stay in the WNBA and deal with a bunch of drama and nonsense. And that's the point. There's so many, like that. This is the problem that WNBA has to fix. WNBA has to fix their management problem, because they've got to learn how to keep their players happy. They've got to learn, because they're not paying their players enough. Their best players. They're not paying their best players enough money for them to stick around for nonsense. Their best players can go elsewhere, can go overseas, make way more money. Somebody like Liz Cambage, she definitely doesn't need it, because she doesn't even need basketball. She's got her OnlyFans. She's got her modeling career. She's got her DJ. Like, she has so many options. And so the WNBA had better take notice if it wants to continue existing. If the WNBA wants to be a thing in the next 5-10 years, they're going to have to learn how to take better care of their players. Because some of these women, number one, the most talented women can make much more money overseas. So there's no reason for them to stay around and deal with things like one of the things they're dealing with is having to pay for their own flights and traveling from location to location. The New York Liberty, Joe and Clara Tsai, they actually stepped in and were giving their players private access to their private plane. And so they were flying the players to the games on their private jet. The WNBA stepped in and wanted to eliminate the entire team. So like you're saying, not only is the WNBA not going to take care of its players, but it's going to interfere with a team providing for its players. How's it going to hold on to its best talent if its best talent has other options? And Liz Cambage definitely has other options. And that's why I'm thinking it's over. She's not coming back to the WNBA, and she's not the loser in the situation. because she doesn't need the WNBA as much as they need her. She actually, you go to Instagram, her Liz Cambage is more popular than the WNBA. That's that's something to say. The WNBA has to look at themselves in the mirror and say, wait a minute, we better be doing something better. We have to do something better because if you've got if we don't even have the popularity that individual players have, then like they don't need us. We need them. We need them for them to bring their audiences to us, as opposed to the other way around. And so this is what I'm. This is where I'm like I'm realizing, yeah, they're in trouble. The WNBA has better make some because she even in her statement she says she hopes that they make changes with their culture and the way they treat and take care of players. She's sending them a message. She's sending them a message, and they may just decide, okay, well, you're just one player. Okay, okay. But like I said, the best talent doesn't need the WNBA. They don't. They're not getting paid the most at the WNBA. They're getting paid more overseas. And if these players start taking advantage of other options of social media and stuff like that, creating their own online brands, they're gonna be like, yeah, we really don't need to put up with a bunch of extra nonsense for not a lot of pay. We don't need to put up with it, and they'll just go elsewhere, and the WNBA will be just useless and defunct. And so this is a warning shot to the WNBA. If they heed and pay attention, then maybe they'll start making some changes. But if they don't, if they think, okay, yeah, well, we showed her, she's still making bank. Liz Cambage is still making bank, and Liz Cambage is letting it be known, yeah, I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all. So it's going to be interesting to see. And so now the other thing that I find interesting is what Liz Cambage said about, the whole drama around her. And she said she's going to take care of her mental health. And she said she'll be back at some point to address the rumors about her. I'm hoping this, like, I've been waiting to see that for a while. Like, because there's some stuff that you were alleged to have said that sounds pretty foul. And her denial didn't sound like, the greatest denial. It wasn't even, it was like, it was very carefully worded. And so has me like, well, okay, wait a minute. What exactly did you say? So I'm at some point, she says she's going to come back and address it. I'm looking forward to that. I'll cover it when it happens. But right now, I think she's done with the WNBA. And I think it's better for her. I think she doesn't need, if she's not happy there, she doesn't need the WNBA. The WNBA needs her more than she needs them. So I'm just doing this little brief live. I'm about to come off and just enjoy some of this weather right here in New York, in Brooklyn. But thanks for checking this out. And I got some more videos I'll be posting later on today about a bunch of interesting things that are going on around the world today. Let me see. Backer, maybe you create a World Cup for women basketball, get some people to notice, or does this? So now they do have kind of like a world, like they have the national championships, but I think it's the marketing. So it's two things. It's marketing and management. So I think that the league internally is being mismanaged, and I think that the marketing behind it is just horrible. The marketing, the WNBA's marketing is just absolute garbage. But I also think they need to be treating their players better. Because if their players are asking for like just basic, if their players have to come out of pocket for their own transportation, like especially during COVID, they had to do this. They had to come out of pocket for their own transportation to fly to games. It's like you're already not paying them a lot of money. But yeah, so they have that their national championships, and the U.S. women's team is great. Yeah, they're great. But once again, it's in terms of if they want to keep the top talent, especially as you've got women that have more options. They're gonna have to come correct. They're not gonna be able. They're gonna have to realize that these women have more power than they do, because the money isn't the WNBA's money, isn't the NBA's money, and the and if these women are bigger than the league, yeah, they don't need them. They don't need the league. Yeah, thanks for everyone for just checking this out. So always don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out. Like I said, I'll be dropping some videos later on today. But I'll see y'all later. Get outside, enjoy this weather, especially if you're in New York. I don't know where the rest of you are, but if you're in New York, get outside, enjoy this weather while it lasts, because it's beautiful out here. All right, everyone, have a good one.